that bit, and then we'll move on. I'm so insecure, I went and got an IUD.
Come on, buddy, can't do that.
A Trump supporter who apparently just couldn't handle the fact that comedian Ariel Elias didn't vote for her daddy, Donald Trump, ended up having her husband assault said comedian by throwing a beer at her. Now, Ariel was performing at Uncle Vinnie's Comedy Club in Point Pleasant Beach, New Jersey, when a woman in the audience demanded to know how she voted in the 2020 election. So let's watch how that all went down.
What's your question?
Did you vote for Donald Trump?
Did I vote for Donald Trump? What do you think?
No.
Okay. Here's a question for you. Why would you ask me that in here knowing I'm the only Jew in this room? Are you trying to get me killed? If it makes you feel any better, I vote in New York. My vote doesn't matter there. It doesn't
matter here either.
It doesn't matter, guys. Guys, everybody vote for whoever you want to vote. I don't care who you voted for. I'm just happy we're all here together.
So you voted for Biden?
I don't know. Why does it matter? Yeah. So what? Why does it matter?
I can just tell by your jokes you voted for Biden.
Why are we talking
all right.
It is incredible that the comedian here had a great unifying message. Vote for whoever you want to vote for. Like, we're here together. Let's celebrate that. But no, this Trump supporter couldn't let it go because how this particular comedian voted was apparently the most important thing in the world, and the situation's about to escalate because of this intolerant individual who can't handle in others who have political views that differ from her own. But there's a bigger point I want to make about this. Before I get to that, Cenk.
Yeah, so I thought when I first saw the story that it was going to be in Alabama or something, because I read the transcript of her saying, I'm the only Jewish person in this room.
Your
right?
home state, homeboy.
I know. I said Point Pleasant, New Jersey. By the way, does it get
Not
any more?
so pleasant.
Does it get any more Jersey than Uncle Vinnie's Comedy Club? Okay, so I'm surprised she was the only Jewish person there, but she's from Kentucky originally. And I'm surprised at the reaction she got. But yeah, of course there's Trump supporters in New Jersey as well. Of course, right? But you see most of the people sticking up for the comedian. So that's great. And she handled it like a pro. And what she did next is awesome, right? So we'll get to that too. But I want to say one more thing about the outbursts, right? Her and her, as Uncle Vinnie's referred to her husband, her white trash husband who threw the beer, are not welcome there anymore. First of all, that's awesome, okay, and I like that. But they thought they had the right to speak out in the middle of her act.
Yep.
Like dominate the act, accuse her, throw a beer at her. But I've been in movie theaters, so my ex-girlfriend from a long time ago is Jamaican, so she's black, right? And did she talk loudly in movie theaters? Yes, okay, so it happens, and she was unapologetic about it, etc. But a lot of folks would shame her, right? Like, oh, speaking up in a movie theater, how dare you do that?
Honestly, as they should.
No, I hear you, I hear you. But then I've seen right-wingers have a racial component to that critique, right? There's tons of people who don't have a racial component to that. They just want to watch the movie, right? But I've seen that, right? But meanwhile, entitled white right-winger over here is like, hey, did you vote for my candidate? You didn't vote for my guy. I'm gonna interrupt your act, okay? Okay. All right, I guarantee you if they saw Zara in a movie theater, they'd be like, how dare you talk?
Now, let's watch the rest of this interaction where unfortunately the situation devolves even though Ariel Elias went out of her way to calm things down.
I can tell by the fact that you're still talking when nobody wants you to that you voted for Trump. All right, make some noise if you want her to shut up. But I did ask if anybody had any questions. I didn't think it was gonna be, that's on me. That was on me for thinking I could have a human interaction with somebody. That's my fault. No, look, I'm such an insecure person. Here, I'll tell you the rest of that bit, and then we'll move on. I'm so insecure, I went and got an IUD.
Okay. Come on, buddy, can't do that.
Yo, I'm never going to people ever again. Straight up, yeah.
So she picked up the beer that was thrown at her and luckily missed her and then proceeded to drink it, which is a pretty badass move. And I also don't want to minimize the awesome comeback she had for this woman before that whole incident happened. That was incredible. I mean, she handled that like a pro because she is a pro. And she's funny, she's smart, she's quick-witted. And the woman, along with her husband who threw the beer, soon left. But luckily the comedy venue found who the guy is. They're pressing charges against him. So there will be consequences because it's assault. You can't throw objects at people's heads. You just can't. And so hopefully that plays out in a way that actually, communicates and sends a message that you can't be assaulting people because you disagree with who they voted for. That's insane.
Yeah, last things here. So tons of other comics jumped in and showed her love. So Jimmy Kimmel, Patton Oswalt, and then she said, the comedy club was great. Uncle Vinny's invited me back. Whitney Cummings tweeted, "Can I be your opening act?" Okay, so that's awesome.
By the way, Whitney Cummings, I've met her in person when she performed once. One of the nicest people on the planet. So nice, so personable, very accessible. She gave me advice on what to feed my dog because he was having an allergic reaction. She's incredible.
Oh, that's awesome. And then finally, Ariel Elias did this tweet, which I love, because it wasn't a little awesome that she chugged the beer. It was a lot awesome. Okay, remind me like Stone Cold Steve Austin from back in the day. Somebody get me a beer, but in the wrong kind of way. But anyway, so Ariel writes, "I'd really appreciate it if anyone could please just let my teachers know that chugging a beer has in fact been great for my career."
Now,
that's funny too.
The final thing I want to say is, look, I had tweeted out this video to Joe Rogan specifically, and it's not because I'm dying for Joe Rogan's attention. I don't care about Joe Rogan. What I do care about is the one-sided framing of what is happening in this country, which is to say that there are unbearable people who are incredibly sensitive and want to force their beliefs, their religion on everyone else. And when comedians do what comedians are supposed to do, which is be provocative, sometimes they're met with sensitive people who shouldn't even go to comedy shows. If you're that sensitive, you shouldn't go to comedy shows. I would just like an acknowledgement that it's not just the quote unquote woke left that's attacking comedians. Clearly, this happens with right wingers in audiences as well. And for anyone, whether you're on the left or the right, if you're that sensitive, if you're that insecure about your own political beliefs that you have to be in a room where everyone agrees with you, you know what? Kamala Harris has great advice if you're considering attending a comedy show. Let's watch.
Do not come. Do not come.
Simple, stay home, go to a movie. I don't know, go to your local political group that will serve as the echo chamber you're looking for. But if you can't handle comedy, don't go to a comedy show.
Yeah, super last thing. The right wing is filled to the room with snowflakes. And so Trump says the most horrible things about his political opponents. They love it, they're here for it. The minute you punch back a tiny bit, their feelings are so hurt.
Yep.
I've been in political debates where the right wingers in the crowd were like, "You can't say that about Trump." And you think you're for free speech? No, they're a joke. It's all about entitlement and victim complex for right wingers.
Thanks for watching The Young Turks. I really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.